Carmine Bianco, Lawrence Prezman the Prez. It's the soccer show. You can get it at wagertalk.com or on our YouTube channel, Wagertalk TV. And I gotta tell you, Carm, soccer has the worst music ever. Like, ever. Like, listen to this. What is this?
It's music, man. It pumps you up.
Like, last week we listened to the Championship League anthem, which couldn't have been worse.
Next week we'll listen to the Italian national anthem. It is by far the most iconic soccer song there is.
Should we just stand, like, on attention?
Absolutely.
Hand over our head? Even though only one of us is Italian?
You sing it word for word, and I'll take you to every TFC game next year.
Well, I
cannot make a mistake.
I got a week to prepare.
All right.
Anyway, guys, let's get to it. It's, as I said, Lawrence Prezman and the most excitable human being on the planet, Carmine Bianco. Last week, you were really pumped. I mean, like, I think you actually moved one of your eyebrows.
One's actually higher than the other if you actually look. See?
Oh, look at the animation.
It's actually not that bad.
I am feeling your enthusiasm, Carmine Bianco.
I'm extremely excited to be here.
I see you're wearing your TFC shirt. They had 0-0 draw last night. You called it 2 last week, plus a half goal. You also called the Seattle game last week on our radio show, 0-2. You might be the most boring, exciting 2-0. Okay. You might be the most exciting man ever, but you definitely know how to pick soccer. 7-3 in the MLS playoffs this year, over 60% lifetime in the MLS. You're falling asleep on me again.
No, soccer's a streaky sport. As you'll know, I have runs where I go 13-2, and then I have some runs that they're not 2-13, but
folks, pause the video right now. He's smiling. Look at that. Look at that. There's the spot. Let's do some stride jumps.
How are the Leafs doing?
They're on like a 7-1-1 run. Thank you for asking. Carm, let's get to it.
Losing streak.
They lost on a shootout.
Right.
They got a point. Let's get to it. As we said, you went 2-0 on the free picks in the MLS. You also had a nice call last week on Manchester City that covered your 1.5. I think you said I'll take 2-0, and it ended up being 2-0. Nobody wants to hear from you, so I'm just going to talk this whole show.
Pretty much.
It's
what you do.
I have your free picks already written down. So,
do you actually need me here? Or?
It's the Prez. Okay. Anyway, let's. You also had
such an ass.
You had a 5-star college football play last week at One Easy. Tell us, what was it again?
It did. Louisiana Tech, 42-21.
That's 17 words. You're cut off. Good, congratulations.
28-0 at halftime, so it looked good. A little dicey in the second half. We won. That's all that matters.
You got another huge college football 5-star this week. It's already up at wagertalk.com. You guys can get it for $10. Use the promo code CARM10. Is that good? Was
that sounds good.
Very creative.
It's
CARM10. CARM10.
Were you up all night thinking that one out?
I was up till, I was up till 3 a.m. watching The Punisher. Unbelievable show, people. The Punisher. Similar to watching Carm on YouTube, but slightly different. Carm, let's get to it. Next week, Toronto hosting Columbus, Seattle hosting Houston. You got to play on one of those games. Give us your thoughts quickly, and then we'll get to the EPL.
I do. As you know, Toronto went to Columbus, got the draw without Giovinco and Altidore in the lineup. They return home now. The last time we played Columbus at home during the regular season, 5-0 win. Yeah, absolutely.
I know my soccer.
It won't be 5-0 on Wednesday. It won't. I do believe Toronto's going to advance to the final. And much like I said, Toronto and Seattle to the final. It's pretty much setting up this way. Toronto will have to make sure that it keeps Columbus off the board. Obviously, Columbus scores 1, we'll have to score 2, the whole away goals rule. But the current lines are Toronto -0.5, -150. Seattle is -0.5, -125 at home. The Toronto line's probably a lot better than the Seattle line. only because Seattle really doesn't have to win the game. They just literally need to avoid losing 2-0 or 3-0.
So I'm thinking the under in that game.
So the over-under is actually 2.5 minus 110 both ways.
Oh, that's the play. That's the play, folks. You heard it from the Prez for free play on the Seattle-Houston game under the total of 2.5. Carmine Bianco, welcome back. Okay, you want to give out a free play for yours? I just did mine. Yes, I hijacked the show.
Yeah, you did actually hijack the show. But I believe that in the Toronto game, if we see an early goal, and I believe we will see, by early I mean within the first 20, 25 minutes. I don't mean 5 minutes into the game like a couple of the Europa League games today where there was a goal in the first couple of minutes of the game. But it completely opens up the game, regardless of which team scores. Hopefully it's Toronto. It opens up the game. So the over 2.5 in the Toronto game, minus 130 right now. I believe, and I'm pretty sure that as we get closer to game time, that line is going to go to a split line of 2.5, 3, and possibly 3. But definitely I would take the over in that game.
Okay, let's race through the EPL. Again, last week you gave out Man City.
We were so close. We were so close on Everton. They hadn't won a game all year on the road. They were like plus 270. They came away with a 2-2 draw in a game where they could have won. I have another plus-sized... a plus money pick this week, but we'll start up top. First game Saturday. It's the best game of the day by far. Liverpool at home against Chelsea. We're taking Liverpool to win. I have some Liverpool fans on Twitter. You'll probably be happy to hear this. Chelsea they just have such a scheduling problem right now. They literally have 3 to 4 games that have been mashed into 2 weeks. This team. With Champions League up next week and an important game, I just see them just laying an egg on Saturday. Liverpool plus 115. Last week we gave you Man City as a game. This week we're going from Blues, we're going to Reds and Man United. We're taking the over in that game. I just think they're coming off a 1-0 away loss in Champions League to Basel. It's a bit of a surprise, but some players were rested. I'm expecting a big game from them at home on Saturday. Let's take them over 2.5, and that's another line that could and probably will go up. Final one is Newcastle and Watford. People don't like betting draws. This has draw written all over it. This is how you bet a draw. You literally click draw, you bet it, and you don't watch the score. You don't watch the game. You just check the results 90 minutes later. These are two sides that I can't make a case for either team. It just has draw written all over it. Newcastle are a very good team. It's tough. It's tough for any visiting team to go there and come away with points. Watford's been playing well, but this has draw written all over it.
Plus 230. To recap, I personally like under the total in the Seattle-Houston game. Carm's on over the total in the Toronto-Columbus game. Liverpool plus 115. Man United over 2.5. And Newcastle and Watford for the draw at plus 230. He won his college football 5-star last week. He has another one up this Saturday. It's yours for $10. Use the promo code CARM10. You also are 4-1-1 in your last 6 NFL plays. Outstanding stuff.
It was very good weekend in NFL.
Yeah, you were at my house, boring the shit out of me.
But
surprise!
I actually did better than him in NFL. So.
He did do better than me in NFL.
Next week, I'm going to put together some type of contest to finish out the season between Prez and I, NFL only, and we'll see who comes out with a better record. If I win, I give one of my players something from the Prez, like let's say like a week of your picks, and if you win, you can give one of your followers.
I won't win, so let's move on.
Congrats to one of my followers.
Okay, do whatever he wants. Anyway, That's it for the show. Was super exciting doing the show with my good pal Carm. You kind of look a little like Michael Bradley with that baldness on the top.
I get booed on Twitter just like he got booed in Columbus, but it happens.
Okay, brother.
I love you all.
Should we end with another one of these incredible pump you up soccer songs?
Sure.
They're just so good. Okay. We'll see you next week at wagertalk.com. Check him out. Twitter handle.
Carmine Bianco WT.
Carmine Bianco WT. We're out.
Look at that goal. How did that goal get scored?
It's Ronaldo. Oh, that is stunning. Too bad none of our listeners can actually see it. Later, everyone.